Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the S.H Figuarts Shanks from Romance Dawn One Piece. And I think everyone's really been looking forward to getting their hands on a new Shanks figure. It's a very popular character, controversial at the moment. Where do you stand on Shanks? Fan, not a fan? Think he doesn't live up to the hype? Yeah, let me know what you think. Personally, I think I liked Shanks a lot when he first rocked up in the story. I thought he was really interesting. It was always hanging out to find out more information about him. And then as the story has unfolded, I think I've cared about him less and less. I mean, that's true of all characters. But I think in particular, Shanks, he somehow lost his mystique while revealing very little about himself. Maybe Oda will reveal some story stuff that will make him hype again. But as it currently stands, yeah, I think I'm done with Shanks. But that said, this is Shanks as he first appeared in the story when he was cool and intriguing, and it's a solid figure. Not perfect, some interesting choices, but nothing that I'd say ruins him, just maybe knocks him down a peg. They really lovely sculpt. He feels firm in hand, like he's big and quite tall. Who have I got close to hand to scale him with? If I can put him next to Minato from Naruto, he outsizes him. So he's quite tall, but then I think Shanks is meant to be, 193 centimeters tall, or what's that, 6'3", for those of you who don't use the smarter system. That's him next to not Shanks, next to Whitebeard. You'll see in the photos proper at the end that the heights, I think, are actually quite good if you match him with variable action heroes Whitebeard. And yeah, size-wise, I think they've done a good job. He's got the right build. The switching of his arm is very easy. You just pop it off at the shoulder and you can have his full arm, or you can have the arm that has been removed. The sword and the sheath deal, you've got to pop off this bottom bit, and then you can slide the sword through this loop, and that's on a rotating bit, so you've got some mobility there. The cape is wired and very well done, I think, as you'll see in the pictures. It doesn't look as great around the collar due to how it connects to him, where it plugs into the back. It's an odd choice. The hat works the same as Luffy's hat in that it sort of pegs in at the back. It actually clips on a bit firmer than Luffy's hat does, which I like. And then all of his faces are quite well sculpted. Big fan of how this figure looks. And I guess it's just the articulation that will raise some questions. So if the hat's off, he's got great range in the head. Really, really good. No complaints. Yeah, I think the head and neck articulation, no questions. Arms will give you more than 90. But again, it's this weird, super elaborate, not butterfly, not my own unique weird thing. I think the problem with this One Piece line is they're just trying to reinvent the wheel because, it's the most popular anime on Earth and they want to leave a mark. But you don't have to reinvent the wheel, you just have to make a good wheel. Just use stuff that's pre-existing and you'll nail it. Just execute it well. We have a butterfly, not a butterfly, what am I talking about? We have a bicep joint, double jointed elbow, which gives you slightly more than 90. When you're doing the elbow, be careful to tuck it in to this section. It's quite easy for it to get caught on the outside and then it won't bend properly. So just be mindful of that. Then wrists are on balls. He's got a cut in his chest there, but then no real diaphragm joint. Like, you can bend him there, or you can bend him there, but that's all he does. So really that's where his mobility is most limited. I don't know why they've done it, but yeah, you do not have an ab crunch really. You just have this ball joint at the waist. You can get a comfortable 90 degrees from the hips. You can go forward that much. You can go back a lot as well. The thigh swivel, it's really nice. Knee, single jointed knee, but a really quite nice knee. It gives you a little bit more than 90. I like it. No shin. Oh no, and you have a shin swivel. And if it goes down that much, goes up that much. Some nice angles there. And a good juicy toe hinge. So, articulation is great apart from the arms being this over-elaborate mess, but they don't particularly hinder articulation, they're just unnecessarily complex. And then the quite unforgivable ball joint. Not ball joint, waist joint. What am I saying today? But essentially you have some great articulation, a really nice sculpt, a decent swath of accessories. He comes with, an extra arm, an extra not arm. He's got his spoon, he's got his sword, lots of extra hands, and some great faces. So I'd say it's a strong figure, and anyone who likes Shanks is going to enjoy having it in their collection. For the price, yeah, okay, I can understand being annoyed at the lack of mobility in the waist. At this late stage in the game of action figure collecting, where prices are soaring, and people, have a certain level of expectation, you can't have a character as famous as Shanks that doesn't have good waist mobility. He is a fighter, he's going to be posed in cool frames. You've got to have that. And especially when he's a figure that costs a bit more than the average. And how they justify the cost is probably because it comes with this little Luffy that's nicely sculpted, well painted. Big fan. He looks goofy as soon as you take the hat off him. But is this lump of plastic enough to justify the cost, the extra cost? I'm not sure, because it lets us recreate approximately one scene. Probably the most relevant, iconic scene of One Piece, because that's what starts the journey. So that's nice, but is it necessary if you're collecting Shanks? I'm not sure. But it's up to you whether you think that justifies the extra cost, and whether you can handle the poor ab movement. For me, I don't think it ruins the figure for me. You'll see in the pictures I had a blast taking them. I'm still going to, I guess, have to rank him a 4.5 out of 5, because that lack of ab crunch is just heinous on a figure this expensive, and could have very easily been implemented. But it's still a really, really fun figure. If you like Shanks, definitely pick it up. Alright, I guess that's it. We'll dive into the pictures and wrap this up. If you enjoyed this review, we have plenty more. We also have Hero House, Figure Fights, Top 10 list, ranking list, just loads of content to enjoy. So please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thank you for your time, and all the best. Bye.
Howdy everyone, and thanks for watching my video. If you liked what you saw here, you might consider picking up my books, Knaves on Waves and Enemies of All Mankind. They're a fantasy series that tells the story of a daring pirate crew as they attempt to topple an evil empire. It's got sword fights, sorcery, humour, drinking, all the good stuff that you enjoy. The links are in the description below, so please pop on round and maybe pick yourself up a copy or two. Give me some feedback if you can, and yeah, I look forward to hearing your thoughts. As always, thank you for your time and all the best. Bye.